Hello YouTube, this is a coffee review of Starbucks Spring Day Blend. Here we are. 10-ounce bag. It says tasting notes, cocoa and dried fruits, limited edition. Well, I am usually not one to review large established, unless it's say a bourbon or something. But when it comes to the coffees, I prefer to try much smaller, hometowny type of blends. Just because I really don't want to. Well, these guys need help. They need somebody showing and expressing some sort of interest in their blends, and they've got such a short range that somebody out there speaking of their or reviewing their stuff, hopefully positively, will give them a bit more of an oomph. We got to give the little guy a try. Somebody like Starbucks, which I've heard joked as the coffee Illuminati, also called Star Schmucks. They can take a punch in the nose and not even know. So we're going to give their Spring Day Blend a try. A lot more than I expected. All French press. Gonna do it, we're gonna do it right. She is dark. Dark. No head on it. It may sound funny, but the coffees I've had in the past ought to be a head on it. Maybe it's my pouring technique. I don't know. There is no red hue. There is no yellows. It is just a chocolate color through and through. Oftentimes I've taken other coffees, and you can look through at an angle here or there, and you can see other colors come out, especially oddly red. Seems to be a common thing, but not in this case. It is brown from top to bottom. Wonderful earth notes. There is no brightness into it. It's heavy, almost, well, like a coffee. Also more along the lines of a dark chocolate. But anybody who drinks a lot of coffee will tell you that there is a connection, at least on the palate, between cocoa and coffee. And this did say that it has a cocoa to it, and also has dried fruits, but I'm not getting any dried fruits out of it at all. But it does have a nice coffee nose. There's a density through it from beginning to end. There's no, all of a sudden it turns to like water or shallows out in the end. It's got a very nice nose. There is a touch of brightness. A bitter. But I left it in a shade longer than the 5 minutes. This is straight black coffee. There is no sweetener added to it. There's no nothing added to it. There is a very strong cocoa to it. A nice bitter chocolate. And it is from beginning to end with that same level. It doesn't want to wane off at all. It has a decent hang time to it. And like I said, there's the dried fruits. So dusted cocoa and dried fruits. I'm not getting any dried fruits out of it. Oh, right there. Sorry about that. Neighbors coming by. Small child arguing. I'm sure you guys didn't really need to hear that. But back to the coffee at hand. The bag does push that there's a dried fruit to it. Now, I've been drinking this throughout the week, putting in a nice sweetener that I enjoy. And I will say, you do get like a dried cranberry that kind of sneaks into the back. I wish there was more of that, a bit more of a fruity notes to it. I would like to say is heavy chocolate, but it's not so much heavy chocolate, it's just dark coffee that seems to strike the taste buds that would enjoy a nice dark chocolate. So it's dark chocolate-y, if you will. And like I said, I really wish they would have added more of the fruit notes to it rather than being kind of hidden. You have to hunt for it, search for it, and maybe you taste it, maybe you don't, depending on how much of a sweetener you put in, and it's just a pain. What's a bit odd is, well, odd to me, is that brightness, you don't smell it. It's there. It's not overwhelming. It's not overpowering. And brightness, in case you don't really know, no offense, but in case you really don't know, it's that sharp bite to it. Think of if you are part of my generation, you would taste the square 9-volt batteries. You get that weird tingle. It's like that, but in liquid form. And this has a bit of it. Not as much as I've tasted, obviously, in other coffees. It's fairly low, but it's there enough that you think you'd catch it in the nose, as it were. But it's not. It's a nice, heavy, flavored coffee. Spring day. I don't know if this would be a spring. I would have picked a much lighter notes, a much lighter coffee for springtime, but that's just me. It says here that it is a medium roast. Boy, she's awfully dark for a medium roast. 100% Arabica, which is funny because they mention here that it's partial Africa and partial Latin America. So I thought Arabica only came out of Latin America, but then again, I'm not fully fluent in coffeeness. But hey, take it as you will. So see what you guys think. Like I said, it's a nice, good, heavy, chocolatey coffee. You add in a sweetener to it, it really comes to its own. I'm not, like I said, not a huge fan of the coffee Illuminati, but I think they did well with this particular blend. Now, when you put the foamy stuff on top and everything else, I guess you want to make it into a calorie bomb as the train goes by. But it's fine just with a little bit of sugar to it. Give it a try. See what you think. This is Spring Day Blend by Starbucks. Any comments about the particular product down below, if I can get it without a glare, that'd be warmly accepted as always. Or better yet, go out, buy it, try it, and do a review on the YouTube to let the rest of us know your thoughts about Spring Day Blend. And until next time, keep on drinking.